Hello guys, how's everyone doing? Happy Friday. Okay, let me stream Red Dead here. Put this on Twitter. Okay, here we go. Okay. Hello, Lemmy, Anawak, Slushy, Keyshawn. Hey everyone. Hey Dragon Lady Drifter. Okay. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a great day today. Love the GTA San Andreas videos. Thank you. How's it going? It's going good. Do you expect Halloween Pass 1 next month for a change? I don't know. It's just this game. It's just been so forgotten by Rockstar. I'm still streaming it, which I have fun with, and I'm still trying to keep it alive. But it's so I can only do so much as a YouTuber. It's up to Rockstar ultimately to bring content to this game. Love your lore video. Thank you. Go into the hideout. Okay. Can you add me soon? I can, Keyshawn. Can you tell me again what your PSN is? I will add you later tonight after the stream. I don't really like that kind of stuff. AI voice, for example. I'm using your voice, yeah. You don't, using of a criminal using? Wait, what? Agent Reaper? Thank you for the super chat. But, AI voice is very dangerous. Because, it's the fact that it can get somebody... AI voice could basically... What that can do is that can make it seem like somebody said something that they didn't say in order to frame somebody. That's what's so scary about AI voice. How do you feel about the Mafia 4 teaser? You mean about the old country? I'm looking forward to it. Is that the one? It's the, that's the camera that Frank West has specifically? I'm gonna probably buy, like, a cosplay camera for that, but it'll be good. What day is the Dead Rising remake coming out? It's September, what? And I know, yes, today, the new Ace Attorney game came out today. But we're not gonna play the new Ace Attorney game yet. We're gonna first finish up this one. But also, the new Ace Attorney game that came out today, you actually play as a prosecutor. And that's different from all the other Ace Attorney games, because all the other Ace Attorney games you play as a lawyer, so it's a very different twist on the series. Have I ever played the South Park video games? Not really, dude, I haven't. Thank you, Shyrese, if I'm reading your name correctly. Keyshawn, did you tell me your PSN, by the way, man? Keyshawn, can you tell me what your PSN is again, please? And, okay. Have I ever heard the story of Eddie Jack, who, he survived the Holocaust, Auschwitz, his death march from Auschwitz, and lived to 100 years old? Very inspiring story. It's good that he survived, but it's just horrible that he just went through all of that stuff. I just sometimes don't understand why humans can just be so cruel sometimes, is doing something that horrible. When do you think you'll play Alan Wake? Maybe in October. Maybe I could try to put one. Put up a playthrough of that. Wait, what, Wasja? Wow, this one's a far one away. Metal Gear Solid later in this month. Yeah, Keyshawn, did you tell me your PSN? Four more days until my 30th birthday. Well, happy early birthday, Brandon. Yeah, Keyshawn, did you ever tell me your PSN? It comes out September 19, okay. What's your question, Mythical? More days until ship out for basic training. You're going to the military, Joey? Oh, good luck, man. Do you want to see more vehicle variety in Sniper Elite Resistance, since there are only 2 armored vehicles you fight in Sniper Elite 5, the King Tiger and the 222 Scout Car? Yeah, I was a bit concerned that all the vehicles are the same in it, too. Is Donald Love eating human flesh? He is in GTA, yes. Do you think that Sniper Elite Resistance should take place in the Pacific, where you play as Chinese forces? They could have done one in the Pacific, but also I think that I think what they could have done is they could have done one during the Battle of the Bulge. That's what they could have done. Is the Battle of the Bulge would have been a perfect campaign for a Sniper Elite game, you know, in the snow. But what they could have done is they could have done one in Nazi-occupied Poland. That they could have done that too. Okay, hey bro, can I get an invite? Thank you, Justin, for sponsoring my channel for over a year. Let me take a look. Great job on the LA Noir video, thank you. Oh, Justin, the reason you can't join is because it's 6 people right now. But, because private sessions are only 6 people. But the moment that somebody leaves, you'll be next in line for me to invite. I think some people are probably gonna go off soon, so it's I'll send you an invite when the next person leaves. Where do you buy your cosplay outfits? Mostly Amazon and eBay. Thank you for understanding, Justin. Can I see it? No, I don't see your name, Keyshawn. Let me look here. Okay, no, I don't think I got your message, Keyshawn. I don't see a comment. Which character from Rockstar Games is best at manipulating people, Dimitri or Dr. Fontaine? I would say Dr. Fontaine is even more manipulative, because Dr. Fontaine is somebody that you're supposed to trust. Like, you know, he's a therapist, a psychologist. You know, he's somebody that you're supposed to trust and put your faith in. But he abuses that. Oh, I see it now, Keyshawn. Okay. I will add you later tonight, okay, Keyshawn? Do you have any stories with the hottest days when you lived in New York? I don't, oh, for me it's 10 o'clock right now, but I don't really have that many memories of the heat, because usually when it was really hot outside when I was a kid, I didn't go outside much. I always stayed inside when it was really hot. I just never really liked the heat. I do know that the middle school that I went to in Queens, they had air conditioning, but the middle school that I went to in Long Island did not have it, and that was one thing that did irritate me a lot. Do you consider Dirk from Ace Attorney a terrorist? I mean, we don't know his full story yet, but so far he seems just like a freedom fighter to me. Let me look at what the temperature is where I'm at here. Where I'm at right now, it's actually 69 degrees. Tomorrow it's going to be 63. Let's wait until 1 minute left and deliver the target. Again, play Star Wars Outlaws? Probably not. I don't really have time for it. Do you know what game I'm gonna have up? I'm doing for my channel members right now, Star Wars Bounty Hunter, which is kind of already the Star Wars Outlaws game when you think about it. Star Wars Bounty Hunter Remastered is actually a good one, and that will probably be the full, playthrough will probably be available a month from now. But we're gonna be doing Metal Gear Solid 1 next. That's what we'll be doing. I think the Metal Gear Solid playthrough, when I do that, I think that's going to be very popular. I think it's probably going to have a lot of views because that's probably one of the most requested games I've ever seen on the channel. Like, out of all the games people have asked me to play for years, like, Metal Gear Solid is, like, one of the most heavily requested games ever. So I think when I do it, I think a lot of people will like it a lot. What's wrong with Star Wars Outlaws? I heard some bad things about it, that it's glitchy, the AI is bad. Is Star Wars Outlaws really good? Well, I guess I might give it a try, but right now it's not at the top of my list.
Cells are downstairs. There. Good old-fashioned blood money.
Did you see Until Dawn is getting fully remade with better controls, new locations and story branches, and ray tracing? You should play it for Halloween. Oh, maybe I could, Eric, but Eric, I have a question. What do you mean that new locations and story branches? You mean they're adding new stuff to it that they never had before? What is that going to be like? Sorry, professional, for not being on last couple of weeks, but something happened. Well, is everything okay, dude? But you don't have to apologize for not, you don't have to apologize for not being by my streams. You don't have to apologize for that. Watch my streams and my videos whenever you want, and if you don't feel like watching them, it's perfectly fine. I don't take offense to that. A lot of people, for example, don't like Ace Attorney, but I don't take offense to that. So I don't want people to feel like they need to watch my videos. Only, watch the stuff that interests you. Uh, see here. Oh, we'll do the Baker Gang. Will you do a Phoenix Wright lore video? Maybe not on Phoenix Wright, but maybe I'll do a lore video on just the legal system in the game. Because what a lot of people don't know about Ace Attorney is that Ace Attorney is basically the Japanese parodying how broken the Japanese legal system is. That's basically what Ace Attorney is. Because in Japan, the legal system is really bad in Japan, like really, really bad. And it's the legal system in America is better, in my opinion. Not, trying to show off or anything like that, but it's just the legal system in Japan, the reason that it's broken is because Japan has a 99.9% conviction rate. And that's why in the Ace Attorney games, the prosecutors are just so ridiculous. Like, it's like they will try to convict no matter what. Like, even if the evidence says that the person's innocent, the prosecutors will still try everything to convict an innocent person. And that's basically what the developers of Ace Attorney were making fun of, how ridiculously, biased the Japanese legal system is for prosecution. So Japanese legal system, the prosecution is favored tremendously over the defense. There isn't balance. My father told me that Scarface didn't do too well in theaters when it came out because of how much cursing there was. But when it came out on DVD, it was a success. Is that true? Yes, your father is right on that. I wasn't alive in 1983, but when Scarface first came out on movie, it got really bad reviews when it came out as a movie, and the critics were basically saying that the movie is that the movie was bad, that it was too violent, there was too much cursing, too much foul language. But then, like, years later when it was released, VHS, and then you had DVD, it became like a classic. People loved it so much. So it became, it became an all-time, one of the best gangster movies of all time. Do you know what 1980s movie also did really bad, but then turned out, like, years later, also people really liked it a lot? It was actually, I think it was 1979, actually. Rambo First Blood. So Rambo 1, the very first Rambo movie. That one, when that movie came out, they got bad reviews. But do you know who liked Rambo 1 mostly? It was young people. The young people are the ones who loved Rambo. It was always the older people that hated Rambo, but the young people, when Rambo came out, the young people loved Rambo. Yes, they're adding new content Until Dawn since they rebuilt it from the ground up with the Unreal Engine. Happy Friday, by the way. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for the super chat. Well, Eric, you know one thing I would like them to change in Until Dawn, one thing that I would want them to change in the remake is that I forget the dude's name, the guy that was like that big like Wendigo hunter guy, you know. One thing I didn't like about the game is how they hyped up that guy so much, and then he died in like the stupidest way. Like he just died. He was on the screen for maybe like 5 minutes, and then he died. That's just what I hated about that character. And so I really hope that at least the guy stays alive longer in the remake, because that's one thing I really didn't like about it. In your opinion, what would it take for you to consider someone a sellout? Also, 34 months. Wow. Thank you, Bunny. Somebody being a sellout? When somebody compromises their morals and their integrity for some kind of, personal gain. That's basically what I would call a sellout. I would say is, somebody that I would say maybe like recommends a product that they know is bad, but they still keep it up because they want to get money from it. Like, do you know one thing that I can't believe people forget, like the internet forgave them for that so quickly. Like, I'm all for second chances and stuff like that, but basically, do you know one thing that I think more people should have apologized for? Is that like a couple years ago, there was like this really weird company on YouTube. And this I don't remember the name of the company, so somebody might know in the comments, but I remember it was like all over the YouTube. It was like a big controversy. But basically, the company, they sent me like a bunch of emails. And they wanted me to like put their ads on my lore videos, and they were offering me like thousands of dollars. Like these guys were offering me like lots of money to put like these ads on my lore videos, and like I didn't do it. The reason I didn't do it is because I just found the company just weird. It was like suspicious to me. But basically, what the company was is it was like telling me that like you can buy like a piece of land in Scotland, and then like you can be like a lord or a lady, you can be like some kind of aristocrat, and they were like telling me like sell this, like do this ad for us on like your lore videos and stuff like that. And I just I never replied to it. I never got back to them because I didn't like it. It just sounded weird and creepy to me. Yeah, that's it. The titles one. That's it. Yep, that's it. And the thing is though, the second I saw that ad like pop up in my emails, like I knew already it was a bad idea. Like I just had a bad feeling in my gut. I was like, this is stupid. I was like, you're gonna be buying land in like Scotland? It's like, I'm an American citizen. How would I even buy land in Scotland? And it's like, I don't live there. I don't visit Scotland. And it's like, and I'm gonna be a lord now. Like, the whole thing, it seemed like dumb. It seemed ridiculous. And what ended up happening was there were so many YouTubers that just sponsored it. I remember there were so many YouTubers, like when you watched their video, like the sponsorship, like they were just constantly talking with that Scotland thing over and over again, that Scotland scam. And then like when there was research done, it turned out it was like a Chinese company. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was like, I think it was in Asia. It was like a Chinese company that was actually running it. And so it was like there were so many YouTubers that did the sponsorship for that. And the thing about that is that a lot of these YouTubers, they either took down the videos or they just didn't talk about it afterwards. Like they should have at least made videos apologizing for it. Like I'm all for second chances, but at least make a video like apologizing for it. And the thing is though, I'll tell you exactly why these YouTubers, why these YouTubers did it. The reason these YouTubers did it is primarily for money. They were just looking at the dollar symbols, and they basically weren't looking at what the ad is. They didn't really care. So that's it. And the thing about this is whenever I watch a YouTuber, right, and they do a sponsorship ad at the beginning, do you know what I think about when they're doing that sponsorship? The first thing I think about is, does this YouTuber really use this product? That's what I think about. So and if you have any doubt in your mind that a YouTuber doesn't use that product, don't buy the product. That's what I'll say. Like you guys should see my inbox. Like my business inbox, like I have literally hundreds of like offers from like all these weird companies, and I never go along with them. Like I don't do sponsorships a lot. Like very rarely I'll do sponsorships. But when I do sponsorships, usually it has to be a product that I like. It has to be a product that I personally use. Otherwise, I'm not going to do a sponsorship. In my personal opinion, I think that it's just misleading, and I don't think it's fair, and I think it's dishonest. If you are a YouTuber and you do a sponsorship for a product you don't use, I think that's dishonest. If you're going to be recommending a product, you should be using that product yourself. yourself, because that's why these sponsorships want YouTubers to recommend their products, because they look up to these YouTubers, and so they think, oh, if the YouTuber uses this, and I'll use the product too. But that's basically what I'll say about it. Did you look at my other comment, please? Can you post your comment again, Orlando? What is it? Wait, what's that, Mr. Juck? Temu. Yeah, Temu is a weird company, too. Yeah, that's just, The last sponsorship, do I think Lucia is related to Catalina? No, because they're in different universes. What's it called? Wait, yeah, I'm gonna do Sniper Elite Resistance. Yeah, I want to do a lore video on Sniper Elite eventually. I want to do a lore video on the real-life sniper plan to kill Hitler, because there was a real-life sniper plan to kill Hitler, and it's actually the one that's actually in Sniper Elite 5. I want to do a lore video on that. My night's going good. But the last sponsorship video that I did is I did one on Black Set Under the Skin. That was the one that I played, and I did an entire playthrough of the game. I didn't need to do the entire playthrough of the game. The sponsor only wanted me to do that initial video, but I decided to do an entire playthrough of the game. I wanted to play the game and beat the game, because I wanted to make sure that I like this game and enjoy this game before I do a sponsorship on it. I ended up liking the game. I enjoyed it a lot, and so I did the sponsorship, and I also uploaded the full playthrough of it. That playthrough is actually pretty popular. It has like 13,000 views, the video now. So that one, people like that one too. Oh, whoa, what did I just...
Hey, get out of here. I knew you were too scared.
Let me look. Don't be a menace. Hold on. I don't see a poll. You should try out a game called Law & Order Legacies. I'll screenshot this, Aiden, and I'll save this this comment of yours. That seems interesting. You play as a prosecutor also. I'll save this. And let me Google it too. Law & Order Legacies. What is this game on? Okay, who's the developer for this game? Oh, Telltale made this game. What console is this on here? It doesn't... Oh, oh, it says Windows and Windows and Mac. Okay. Yeah, I'll look into this game. If this game's like a detective game with prosecutors, I'll definitely like it. I'll look into it, Aiden. I would, Orion. That guy sounds like an idiot. Yeah, I know. Most Law and Order shows take place in New York. What happened? Don't be a menace. Why do you think some people dislike Sniper Elite 5? Like, they said the game is rushed and there are bugs. Sniper Elite 5, I don't think Sniper Elite 5 has crouch running, does it? Because Sniper Elite 4 had crouch running. I personally feel like the X-ray kill cams in Sniper Elite 4 were better. Like, when you saw, like, the bullets hit the bones, I thought they looked better in Sniper Elite 4 than in 5. Bro, in Fallout 4, did I sell the kid in the fridge? No. But I will say to you, that one quest with the ghoul kid in the fridge is one of the stupidest quests ever. That's so dumb, that quest. Because, like, the fact that he sat there for 200 years and nobody let him out. And on top of that, it was the fact that, that if he was in there for 200 years, he would not be able to move his bones. His legs would be just crippled. Like, you know, just what a lot of people don't know is that sitting for very long periods of time can destroy your joints. So while sitting is good generally, is that if you sit for very, very, very long, we're talking like days without like getting up, like this will destroy your joints. And so like I can imagine that for like 200 years. For, like, you know, being, like, in that cramped-up fridge. Like, all of his bones would just be destroyed. And on top of that, not only that, he would be insane. He would be clinically insane. Like, imagine being locked in a fridge for 200 years, a dark fridge. 200 years. We're not talking a year or two. We're talking 200 years. Anybody would have gone insane after that point. They would not be normal. They would not be normal in the head. So that's, that's what I'll say about it, is that quest was really stupid. I never liked that one. Who is more evil, Frank Fontaine or Zachary Comstock? I actually don't know the Zachary Comstock lore that well because I barely played BioShock Infinite. Like, BioShock Infinite, I only played it one time. I beat it, like, one time a long time ago, and then I stopped, you know, I never replayed it. But BioShock, you know, 1, I replayed, like, so many times. At the end of Mafia 1, how did they find Tommy? Maybe corrupt people in the government, you know, that leaked his location. Thank you, Mr. Jesus. Hey, Pro, good question. How to get on your YouTube channel checkmark? Did you promote it? No, I just requested it. Like, years ago, there was, like, when you get up to 100,000 subscribers, you have, like, an option to get, like, a checkmark, and I requested it, and I, you know, got accepted. No, I haven't, Brandon. Would I rather live in China during the Great Leap Forward or Poland during the Warsaw Uprising? Those are both really horrible time periods. I don't know how to answer a question like that. Yeah, is everything okay, Mr. Wick? What's, I have Isaiah, it's horrible. I love your channel. Thank you, David. What's your question? Don't be a menace. Pat, I'm trying to figure out what game I should do on my birthday stream. Oh, why don't you do Generation Zero? That's your favorite game, right? Did I ever change my account from business? Wait, what do you mean, Wasabi Guy? Oh, you do, DJ. Oh, okay. I heard the Diamond oh, brand. I'm gonna try to work on changing it. I'm just a bit nervous with that, because I don't want to mess up anything with my account. But I know my account is a brand account, and because of that, I don't have the option to gift channel memberships like other YouTubers. Like when people can gift channel memberships to other people, but like on my channel, apparently you can't do that because my channel is labeled as a brand channel. And hey Pro, a week ago I bought this game on the PS5 called Hell City Demolition Man. Literally a copy and paste from that difficult Vice City mission. I believe it's taken down now. Hell City Demolition Man? Let me look this game up, Vince. Hell City Demolition Man? And I don't see anything when I put that one in. Oh, Helly City Demolition Man. Helly City. Helly City Demolition Man. I see it now. What the hell? What? Wait, what? Wait. What the hell? This game was on it was a GTA ripoff that was on the PlayStation Store. It's taken down now. I'm seeing it now. $2 PS4 game that ripped off GTA Vice City. What? What the hell? Helly City Demolition Man is... How did this... Is this the GTA Definitive Edition game? What the... What? Okay, hang on a second. I gotta... yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm watching a little gameplay of it. You know what? I'll do a video about this tomorrow. This is a really good crazy current events video. What the hell? How the hell did this game get on the PlayStation Store? Vince, Vince, are you still here by any chance? Do you still have this game? Like, they took it down on off the PlayStation Store. Do you still have it on your PlayStation? Like, does it still exist? There's like a GTA ripoff. It's like a Vice City mission that's $2. It's not even part of GTA, but it's a mission of Demolition Man. And once you complete it, you get a platinum trophy. What the? Just started a new job where I gotta stand all day long. Managers don't let us sit. Since you worked retail, got any advice to make it less miserable? Yeah, try to, I would say that try to move around, walk around as much as you can. It might not be easy. Even if you don't have to do anything, just walk around so your legs don't hurt, because if you stand in the same spot, your legs are gonna hurt. It's gonna be, It's gonna be annoying. And the thing about that is, whenever I worked in retail, I always wanted to walk the floor and do stuff on the floor and unpack. I never wanted to do register. You know, you'd think register would be the easiest one to do, but I never wanted to do register because it was the fact that you had to stand in the same place for 8 hours and it's just so boring. It just makes your legs hurt. I'd rather actually walk around the floor, you know, talk to people, you know, put stuff up on the shelves than have to, you know, stand on the register for 8 hours. I made a community post and mentioned you so you can share. Thumbnail is completed. I also did work on some of the script. Get y'all ready for this October. Okay, Blinded Eagle. Thank you for sponsoring my channel for a year and 4 months. It's gone from me. Oh, so you don't... So the game... So it's not in your library anymore, Vince? Did you at least get a refund? What happened to Saucer Cats? What do you mean? He still has his channel. He comes by the streams occasionally. Everything's fine. What do you mean? Yeah, I will probably Wasabi Guy. Can you ask it again? What's your question? It was only a few bucks, so I didn't really mind. But they didn't give you a refund? They have to give you a refund. If they took it off the store, they have to give you a refund. Who's worse, Garrett Mason or Eddie Lowe? Oh, man. I don't want to choose. Both really bad.
Bonjour. You've been away on some travels, yes?
You should probably report the person that's posting it, Orion. I heard the Diamond District in New York makes around 2.5 billion in jewelry a week, since it makes around 400 million a day. Diamond District in New York?
Ça marche. Now we must be patient.
Diamond District. Oh. There is a Diamond District in New York. I didn't even know New York had a Diamond District, and I'm originally from New York. Yeah. It's a neighborhood in New York. It looks like it's only 2 blocks. It looks like it's just 2 blocks in Manhattan. Yeah, I never heard of this Diamond District before, surprisingly.
J'attends votre inspiration.
Okay. Add this one. Yeah, I do type a bit fast. Okay, dance for 2 minutes, and I get a
Seems you've been putting us to shame. I ain't ready to live as good as you yet.
In 24 Live Another Day, there's a corrupt Chinese official named Chang Zi, and he's played by the same actor who voices Big Smile Lee in Sleeping Dogs, who wanted to start a war between the US and China. Is this a video game? Yeah, it's the most awkward dance too, but doing this for 2 minutes, What is your opinion on Ubisoft getting rid of the first Crew game, so even if you own it, you can't play it because it's only online? Should they make a remaster? That's stupid. So you can't play it anymore. No, it's like they should give you a refund then. Wait, what game is that? And how do I read your name? This is a detective game, this game. Yeah, I could look into this game too. And Oe, is that how you say your name? Thank you for the super chat. Dance for 2 minutes. Okay, I still need to dance here. Okay, there we go. The game is a murder mystery game. This bed we made. Okay.
I have a list of new patrons for you.
Well, you should probably report him for hate. You can also report him for offense, Orion. If there is that option. When am I going to play Ace Attorney Investigations? I'm going to play Ace Attorney Investigations when I finish the Apollo Justice games. Nice shirt. Thank you, Tristan. Does anyone here need to sell moonshine, right? Hang on, let me disband the posse here. Most expensive cosplay ever had, the Aiden Pierce cosplay for Watch Dogs. Okay, whoever needs help selling their moonshine, invite me. There's a heist in Payday 3 called Diamond District. Is that the jewelry store that's like on the corner? I'm gonna come back to Payday 3, by the way, because it's been over a year, and I'm gonna come back to it and just see what it's like a year later. I haven't played it in so long. No, we're in a private session. I haven't played... I played the Ace Attorney Trilogy original games. I played those back in the day. But I didn't play, but I didn't play on the channel. But I played the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. That I also have a playthrough of. Yeah, I could, Brandon. Pro, worst mistake ever done to your apartment? Basically, about 2 years ago, I had this incident that happened at my apartment. And the incident that happened in my apartment, this really sucked. Because this was like the first day that I went to visit my family. So it's like the first day I went to go visit my family in the summertime. And then like I get a call basically from my apartment, you know, building. The building manager is giving me a call. And he's saying that the fire alarm smoke detector thing is going off in my apartment. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, what? And I was like, why is it doing that? And I was thinking, I was like, no, I couldn't have left the stove on. I'm not, you know, I wouldn't do something like that. I always check everything before I leave. So I was like thinking to myself, like, why the hell is the fire, you know, smoke alarm thing going off in my apartment? What the hell is going on? And what happened was I gave him permission to go into my apartment, and he went into my apartment, and in my bedroom, he basically found a ton of water, just all over the place. And you're probably wondering, what the hell happened? Well, this was not even my fault. Basically, what happened was, I live on the 3rd floor in this building. The guy that's above me on the 4th floor, that guy, what he did was, he went into his bathroom, he plugged up the sink, and he turned on the sink on, like, the hottest water setting possible, where it's, like, the water was, like, really hot, like, it would just burn your hands the second it would, like, touch, so it's pretty much like boiling water, like, the hottest water setting, and he just let the water run. And the sink basically got flooded up, so, like, the sink got overflown, and then the guy went on a 2-hour Zoom call meeting. So he went on, like, a 2-hour Zoom, you know, video call with somebody, and then what ended up happening is his sink, you know, overflowed with the water, his entire bathroom got overflown, and then it went in his hallway, and then it went down into through his floor into my ceiling, and the hot water basically touched the smoke detector that was in my apartment unit, and then that started going off. And what happened was the water came through the ceiling and just went all over my bed, destroyed my bed, and just destroyed, like, the carpet that was in my unit. But, you know, I was so lucky because I have a really expensive TV, like a really expensive 4K TV, and, like, the water was just, like, a few inches away from that. Like, I was so lucky none of it got on the TV. Like, I was so lucky on that. And I got pissed about the whole thing. I was annoyed because I wasn't even at the apartment at that time. I was actually, it was like the first day I was visiting my family, and I wasn't going to come back for like a month and a half. So I was pissed about the whole thing basically happening. And how basically the whole situation ended is that the guy's insurance company basically paid me back. So the insurance company, they gave me, you know, a bunch of money for like the bed, you know, new comforter, you know, new pillows, you know, stuff like that. They gave me money for, like, curtains, too. So they gave me a little bit more money. His insurance was very generous. So it was, in the end, I got a little bit more money also. I replaced, you know, all my stuff, but I had to get a new mattress and everything like that. But it was like just a frustrating situation that happened. And also the one other thing that I really hated about the incident that happened too is that my neighbors that live in the, you know, the units that are right next to me, they got pissed at me because when this alarm went off, it went off at like 9 o'clock in the morning, and some people were still asleep at that time. And so this woke, the smoke alarms are really loud, and so even if one goes off in just one unit, the entire hallway will hear it. And so some of my neighbors were basically pissed about the whole thing, but they didn't know that it wasn't my fault that the thing went off. Did you hear about that story in Colorado regarding Tren de Aragua, Venezuela gang members taking over an apartment building? Yes, I heard about that. It also happened in New York. There was a gang that took over like an apartment building in New York. And it's like, I'm wondering, what is the government doing? What are the police doing? Why are they not stopping this? Thank you, Mario, for the super chat. Do you think we will get GTA 6 on GTA 5 anniversary? If not, when do you think we will? I don't think Rockstar will do anything on the anniversary because they really don't care about the anniversaries of their games. So I don't think they're gonna do anything, you know, on that date. It's probably gonna be a date that we're not gonna see anything of feline.
Hey, you. Come over here and let us check what you got. Go that way. Take the wagon over there. Time up. Easy up.
Okay, what's going on? What is he doing? It's in the same universe as Siphon Filter. Gunner? Okay, go. I'm moving out for the very first time. Got any advice on living alone for the very first time? I would say learn how to cook, you know, a few things on your own, because you don't want to constantly be eating out, but just learn how to cook a few things on your own. That's probably one of the most helpful things you can do when you're going to be living on your own. Yeah, a lot of criminals are like that, Zach. Why haven't you been on? Haven't you been on? Don't be. I still have to do a playthrough of Siphon Filter 3. Oh, wildlife photographer. That I can't stand that one. Can I add you, please, Pro? Okay. Well, I would have to add you. But you can tell me your PSN. I can add you after the stream. Oh, hey, buddy Young. How are you, man? How's college going? Do you have any advice how to own a car dealership? I would personally stay away from a car dealership because there's just too much bureaucracy involved, and it's unless you truly know cars, I would just stay away from it personally. I think there are other easier businesses to go into. Do you know what is one of the easiest businesses that anybody can basically just start up on their own? The one thing that is a bit annoying is trying to find a location, but a business that anybody can start for just a few $100s is a vending machine business. If you know, you go on like Facebook Marketplace, you could find like a vending machine, probably, you know, somebody selling one for cash. Make sure that it works though. If you actually go there, make sure that it works. Like put money into it, make sure that it actually works. And then what you can do is you can, you know, call up a bunch of locations in your, you know, your town, your neighborhood, and, you know, like hotels, like, you know, bars, you know, hospitals, like, you know, ask them if they need a vending machine. And you can, you know, put that in there, you know, buy snacks like a place like Costco in bulk, and then, you know, resell it, and you can make some cash. But you probably would have to apply for a business license. In most places, you will require a business license for even operating a vending machine. Most places, you will need that. And you will need to collect sales tax. Well, it depends on the state. But that's like a business anybody can start for a few $100s. I'm not currently in college. I decided I wanted to try some stuff by myself before I went. Oh, okay, that's fine, buddy young. Oh, yeah, in America, why are we still having school shootings? I don't care who wins president, but please make it stop. Thank you for the super chat, Blinded Eagle. It is really horrible what happened in the school the other day. I think the dad should be held liable because it's his firearms, and so I don't know how he didn't how he didn't control that. Why does it happen so often now? I would personally blame mental health for it, and social media, because like it's the age of the internet, and there's a lot of really unstable people out there, and people can read a lot of bad things on the internet. They can become extremists. I would say yeah, I would say mental health probably has the biggest effect on it, in my opinion. Also, another thing I will tell you guys, a massive mistake that the media makes, because I wouldn't blame the media for these shootings, but I would say that the media plays a negative role in it, because what a lot of times the media does is that whenever there's these school shootings that happen, you never hear about the victims in the media, and instead they just constantly have the killer's face on screen for like weeks and weeks and weeks. They'll talk about the killer, they'll have his face up on the screen, and what the media doesn't seem to understand, or maybe doesn't care, is that a lot of these really sick and disturbed people, they want to be shown in the media like that. They know that if they do like a shooting like that their face is going to be in the media constantly over and over and over again, and that's exactly what they want. And by the media constantly showing their face over and over again, it's actually giving them exactly what they want. And so that's, I would say the media should not be so reckless with this too. Would I rather have D4C or Wonder of You? I don't know what those games are. And Pickle, I'll send you a friend request after the stream today. Media never covers a self-defense situation. Yeah, I will agree with you on that, John. Is that when somebody uses a firearm to defend themselves, the media is not really going to cover it much, and if they do, they'll barely cover it, maybe just for a day, and then they'll stop talking about it. I remember, like, do you know what the stupidest media story that I think I've seen in a long time? There was a media story that that happened. There's a story that happened like a couple years ago, but basically there was this psycho that went to a shopping mall in Indiana, and he started shooting at people. And what happened was there was a guy in the shopping mall who had a concealed handgun, and the guy took out his gun and started shooting at the guy. And the second that psychotic shooter, somebody started shooting at him, he panicked, and he started running back towards the bathroom, and the guy with the handgun ended up shooting him in the neck and killed him. And what ended up happening is the media for the first couple of days was like calling the guy a hero, the guy who stopped the mass shooter, but then it was later revealed that the shopping mall where this happened was actually a gun-free zone, and the media actually changed their tone, and they started attacking the guy. And they started saying, oh, the guy broke the law. You know, he was carrying a handgun illegally in the mall when the mall was a gun-free zone. And they started, trying to destroy this guy and make this guy look like a bad person when he stopped the mass shooter. And it's like, who cares if the guy carried a gun in a gun-free zone? He stopped a psychopath that would have killed, like, dozens of people. But yet the media was just making it the media was trying to slander the guy and was trying to make the guy look bad when he stopped a mass shooting. And that was, I didn't think that was fair to that guy. If I was that guy, I would have sued the hell out of the media really badly for that. Did you hear about the Just Stop Oil protesters running onto a Formula 1 track when the race car drivers were practicing? No, what the hell? What? Where did this happen? The hell? Who would run onto a race car track to protest? That's one of the stupidest things that I've heard. Oh, okay, Justin, I have a spot now for you, dude. I'll invite you. What's the funniest facial expression in LA Noire? It's either Frank Morgan. When Frank Morgan is lying, he's like this. Like, when he's lying, he's like, that's actually his expression when he's talking. And then there's also Oscar's facial expression. No, Oswald's facial expression. Oswald's facial expression is like, that's what his expression is like, and that's those are kind of funny. As an artist, when I saw that video of them throwing food at the Van Gogh painting, it made me angry because Van Gogh is one of my main influences. Well, thank you, Star Sailor. Yeah, I could totally see how it would make an artist angry. I'm not even an artist, and I got pissed about that too. I was annoyed by that. I could add you possibly on the next stream, Thomas. I try to add 2 people every stream, but I'm just constantly trying to make room on my friends list. And you don't have to, have me, super chat me for me to add you. I add people all the time that don't super chat me, so I don't want people to think that they have to donate to me for me to add them. But it's like usually every stream I add 2 random people from the chat that ask for a friend request, and I try to keep it fair to everyone. Almost a year ago, I encountered a Karen in my neighborhood, and she tells me to park car on the driveway because she claims my car is blocking people's way. What? If you're not blocking anyone's driveway, you can park wherever you want on the street. Even if you and here's the thing is, what a lot of people don't understand is that in America, you can park anywhere on the street that you want, as long as it's not in front of a driveway or a private road. Private roads are the only place you can't really park on, but if it's a public road, you can park wherever you want on the public road generally. So even if you park right in front of somebody's house, as long as you're not blocking their driveway, you have the right to park in front of somebody's house. But a lot of stupid people out there, they think that just because somebody, parks in front of your house, that they can't do that. That they think that only you can park in front of your house. But as long as you're not blocking somebody's driveway, you can park in front of somebody's house. So that's what a lot of people are dumb like that. Yeah, that's all I'll say about that. Do you know what the most creepiest thing that I've seen though is cul-de-sacs, basically where the street ends is like a big circle of houses. There's a lot of those in Long Island, and if I ever park in a cul-de-sac in Long Island, and I get out, I go to somebody's house or somewhere that I need to go. What happens is, whenever you park in a cul-de-sac, it's like everybody just stares at you. It's like they open up their doors, their windows, they just stare at you. It's like it's just such a weird thing. It always happens in cul-de-sacs. I guess it's because nobody pulls into their cul-de-sac, but it's like that's always happened to me. It's like if you pull into a cul-de-sac and you park there, like everybody's gonna stare at you. They're like, who is this person? And it's not a nice stare either, too. Wait, what are you talking about, Aaron Harris? What? What are you talking about? I've heard that story. Well, I think that, personally, I've never liked the... Thank you, Mario, for the super chat. I've never liked the idea of a gun-free zone because it's, like, pretty stupid. Because it's like you see this big sign that basically says this is like a gun-free zone, and like every criminal at that point knows that people are not going to be carrying there because they're law-abiding citizens. So that's I just never liked that it's like putting up a big sign, gun-free zone. It's like, well, what do you expect that to do, really? Exactly. That's I never understood that personally. Collect deliveries. Let's see here. Oh, but what was your point, Aaron? Okay, let me check my my table here. I gotta check this too. Order supplies.
Impatient, ain't you?
There was an incident where my dad was doing Uber. A drunk guy asked him if he can ride in the trunk. My dad thought he was joking, so he said yes. The drunk guy actually went in the trunk. Oh my god. Yeah, that's, I will tell you, though, a story is... One of my, one of my friends, who he's actually a police officer in Maine, he told me a story once where he got a call at like 1 o'clock in the morning at like some convenience store, and in Maine at night, there's very few stores that are open at that hour. So this was like one of those convenience stores that was open 24 hours, but there's very few stores that are open at that hour in Maine. But basically, this guy, you know, came into the store and he was drunk at like 1 o'clock in the morning. He was the only guy in the store, and he was basically like screaming, and he was telling the person at the counter to call the police. So they call the police. My buddy, who's a cop, he goes to the convenience store. He, you know, talks to a drunk guy who was making a scene, and he asks him, what's this about exactly? Why is he here? And you know what the drunk guy says? The drunk guy basically says that he's drunk, and he's tired, and he has nowhere to sleep for the night, and so he wants him to take him to jail so he can sleep the night. That's basically what the call was about. Oh, okay, Aaron. Why not do GTA 4 streams often? You should do a GTA 4 stream if it's your favorite. Yeah, I could start doing GTA 4 streams more often. I know people really like them, too. Did the guy end up in jail? No, he didn't take him to jail. I don't know what ended up happening to him. He told me he didn't arrest the guy. He didn't take him because you can't arrest somebody unless they're breaking the law. You can't take somebody to jail just because they want to go to jail. King of the Castle in 29 minutes? Okay. Hey, Rashawn, how are you, man? I have some messages that you need to read. Wait, what's going on, Jesse? Well, Aaron, I will just tell you something. Is one thing that I personally don't like. I'm not criticizing you, but one thing I don't like is I don't like when politicians, for example, they say common sense laws. I don't like that term because what politicians are basically doing when they say common sense laws is they're saying anybody who doesn't agree with this law doesn't have common sense and is stupid. And that's why I've never liked politicians basically saying common sense laws, because they're basically calling anybody who doesn't agree with the law stupid. It's a way for them to sell it to the public and attack anybody who doesn't agree with the law. Look at how the New Zealand media handled the Christchurch shooter. They never mentioned his name or shown his face. That's good. Then not giving him attention. Uh... I wanted to ask you the difference between old Makarov and new Makarov. Old Makarov was smart. He planned things out. New Makarov is just stupid. He's rushed. He doesn't have much of a personality. Yeah, I know about that, Thomas. I've had modders join my lobby in GTA 4 on PS3 where they basically crash the game constantly. It's annoying. Alex Hexagon. Okay, I'll look into that one. Leone. Well, the thing is, Aaron, is there already are background checks for firearms. There are, you know, you cannot purchase a firearm at any store in America without going through a background check. The only time that there might not be a background check is when people sell their firearms to their friends or family members. They generally don't need a background check. However, though, in a lot of states, there's a law that if the person you sell the firearm to ends up, you know, you have to know that the person is not a felon before you sell them a, you know, firearm. But if you sell them a firearm and they end up committing the crime with it, you'll be liable for that. So I personally wouldn't believe everything the media says about that, Aaron. Because I will tell you that there are background checks for firearms. Every single store that you go to, there's always a background check. All 50 states. Head over to the big... Oh, I didn't start my posse, did I here? Big Valley up here. Okay. No, I've never seen that, Thomas. Do you agree with an assault weapons ban? No. My opinion is I don't think that it would, you know, do anything to stop the mass shootings. And there's already been an assault weapon ban already existed from 1994 to 2004, and in that time it did nothing to actually decrease shootings. So no, I don't think so, and I think that an assault weapon ban would, you know, piss a lot of people off, because there are, you know, millions of people that own these firearms, and they would be pissed off, and they would basically feel like they're being targeted at that point. So I don't agree with that. I don't think that would work. I've never had a bounty this far out. Where is this bounty? This is a weird place for a bounty. It's okay, Keyshawn. You don't have to apologize, man. I will do a Black Ops 2 playthrough probably after I beat Black Ops 6. That's probably when I'll do it. Okay. This is a really weird place.
Hey, get out of here.
I forgot that there was even a,
Get the hell out of here right now.
How about ban all guns? Well, let me ask you this, Zalt. When you say ban all guns, I'm assuming you also mean banning the government's guns, right? Because you can't ban all guns unless you ban the government's guns as well, then. Because usually when people say ban all guns, they don't want the government's guns banned. They only want civilians' guns banned. Okay. Man, I really don't want to shoot the dog. I feel bad at this point. Look, and this is just my opinion on this, guys. Is you don't oh crap. This is what I'll tell you about this, is, you know, you don't have to agree with me, you don't have to think that my opinion is right. I'm just giving you my opinion, because one person asked me about this. Is that, I don't know, did he reply again? Did he reply a second time here? Zalpidem, I don't think he replied a second time. But, look, here's what what I'll say about this. This is just my personal viewpoint, my opinion. Is that, if we are going by the logic... If we're going by the logic that civilians are irresponsible with firearms and that civilians should not own firearms because they commit shootings and they commit violence, if we're going to be going by that exact same logic, then by that exact same logic, you have to disarm the government and you have to take all of the government's guns. If civilians are irresponsible and they cannot be trusted with firearms, then neither can civilians. And hear my reasoning for this, hear my logic for this. The reason is because if you look at human history, do you know who has actually committed the worst atrocities of firearms, the worst crimes of guns, the worst mass shootings of guns? Governments. Governments throughout history have committed the worst kinds of mass shootings and the worst crimes of guns. And so if we're going by the logic that civilians should not own guns because they're irresponsible and they're going to commit shootings, then the government has already shown throughout history that they are the most irresponsible and they're the ones who should be the less likely to have guns. But people don't think about that. People don't look at that oftentimes throughout history. They think, they only think about civilians committing crimes of guns, but they never think about government committing crimes of guns. So you can just look up through history and you can see government are the ones who have caused the most amount of violence of guns. The most amount of violence, the worst atrocities of guns has always been committed by governments. Get rid of this guy over here. Cause damage in the area, lure out the target. Okay. Define government, the rulers of the land. Whoever rules the land of the country. $19 to King of the Castle. We'll play King of the Castle in a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I've encountered modders on GTA 4 that teleport me around. I've had that happen. Pro, you're awesome. Well, thank you. Okay, I'll read the chat in just one moment, guys. I'll reply to chat. I just want to get this bounty target out of here. She keeps just rolling down the hill. No, I haven't played Ace Attorney Investigations yet. But you shouldn't be sad because Ace Attorney Investigations is the next game we'll be doing. Also, we'll also play Metal Gear Solid.
¿Pero qué demonios?
I feel like I'm gonna fall off my horse here. What the? Oh, the dog's back. Okay, no, I'm not killing it. It felt bad killing it. Yeah, I saw Black Lagoon. I watched that anime. It was a long time ago, but I watched it, yep. Oh, great, yep. Brandon, how long until the King of the Castle? How long? I know it's not a real dog. I just always feel bad. 17 minutes, okay. Okay, here we go. Let me read the chat now.
Throw 'em in. At least their trials are over now. Unlike mine. There's your money.
Well, I'm laughing when you mentioned the Los Carnales and Saints Row 1. Yep. I'll do a play for the Red Faction series one day. Yeah, I love the Red Faction Guerrilla, one of my all-time favorite games. Well, you're allowed to represent yourself pretty much everywhere, Aiden, in America. Oh, this one I found on Amazon. This cowboy hat. Yeah, let me start the posse up here. How I played Resident Evil? I played the games, I never really owned them, though. When my job developer said, I think it's unnecessary for me to have a service animal in the workplace, he said it during business hours. If you need a service animal and your boss is denying you that, then you could sue for that. You could take him to court for discrimination. Your boss should not be doing that to you. Doesn't the UK have similar gun laws in where citizens aren't allowed to own certain guns, if not any? There's in England or Britain, I should say, generally most handguns are banned. I know that black powder revolvers I think are legal in Britain, but pretty much most handguns are banned. Almost all semi-automatic rifles are banned. I think there are certain shotguns they can get, like double-barreled shotguns and some lever-action guns and some bolt-action guns, but it's still a very difficult, process in Britain. Oh, I need to remove a member. Hold on one second. Let me do that right here. The UK has so much knife crime, though. Yeah, and that's the thing about this is that people think that because there's that gun crime goes down, crime in general doesn't go down. But that's not true. Is that criminals are gonna, hurt people regardless if they have firearms or not. It's not. I don't believe that that's personally gonna stop a criminal or not. Posse's full. Okay, we got it. How long until the King of the Castle, Brandon? Yeah, I want to play the true crime games one day. No, I don't think I've had that, Thomas. No, I'll play the Batman games one day. $12 minutes, okay. I don't think they'll ever remaster a Godfather game. Wait, does who have freedom of speech? What? What are you talking about, Aiden? Government, particularly law enforcement and the military, specific responsibilities like maintaining public safety and national defense that often requires the use of firearms. Well, citizens don't. Well, I will say that citizens have the right to defend themselves, self-defense. I think that that's personally a natural right, and I don't think that can be taken away from somebody. And also is AC. Remember what I said like a couple minutes ago? I said that governments are the ones who have literally committed the worst kinds of crimes with guns. So if we're gonna blame all civilians for some, psychotic civilian, committing gun crime, then by that logic is we have to blame governments for, all the, horrible things that they've done in the past too. That's the point that I'm getting at, is that the logic here doesn't make sense, is that people blame civilian gun owners for, gun crime, but they don't blame government for, previous, massacres and, violence that they've committed with guns and wars too. So if we're gonna hold civilians, gun owners to that standard, the government also has to be held to that same standard too. I would like a Modern Warfare 3 remaster, yes. And also, I will say that the general difference between, like, the common belief regarding self-defense in, like, Europe and America is that in America, Americans generally believe that you are ultimately responsible for your own protection, your own defense. Where in Europe, people believe generally it is the government. I'm not insulting Europeans or anything like that, but I'm just saying that is the difference in viewpoints between the continents. Okay, let me go to my moonshine business.
Well, now.
Don't believe those GTA 6 countdowns. Those are fake. Should the HD universe get story games? What do you mean, games that just focus on story? Yeah. I mean, Chinatown Wars was one that just focused on story. There was not even an online to it.
Good Lord, that's a lot.
Europe cops don't carry guns regularly, though. They still own guns. They might not carry guns, but the police still own guns in most European countries. They might have them in, like, the trunk. It depends, or the police station, but they still own them. No, I'm an American, not Australian. Well, it wasn't really it wasn't really a buyback. It was more of a confiscation. Mario, is that's what I don't like when people call it a buyback, because a buyback is something voluntary, is you sell something, to the government. But if the government is going to take something from you, they're taking it by force. It's not a buyback. That's taking something from you by force. Even if they pay you money for it, they still taking it from you by force.
A good scene, huh? Allons-y.
My job developer, does he have freedom of speech when he said that? Your boss cannot prevent you from having a service animal. If you need a service animal, Aiden, and your boss tries to restrict that, then you can sue your boss for that. I mean, it depends on, every state has their different laws, but generally is if you have a service animal, the boss cannot deny you that service animal. If you need that service animal, the boss cannot deny that. How long until the event, Brandon?
So, what shall we create?
Are you a boss in real life, bro? No. Because to be a boss, you would have to, you would have to, have employees. I don't have any employees. 7 minutes until the event? Okay. 6 minutes now, okay.
Good news! We have some new clients. D'accord.
What's your question, Isaiah? What's up, man? Hey, Pro, how come you're a simple and calm YouTuber and don't act silly and over the top just to entertain us? Because it's not my personality. I am, I am the same way off, camera that I am on camera. There's really no difference in my personality. You can talk to people that have talked to me in parties before off stream. I generally act the exact same way off stream that I do on stream. So it's like I don't put on a personality. I am myself. I don't pretend to be funny. I don't make, dumb jokes. I don't, do this, all these crazy personalities, all these crazy laughs. I'm just myself. So even if that gets me less views, I don't mind, even if I get less views, because I'd rather, be myself and, stay true to myself than pretend to be somebody that I'm not. But your tenants are kind of like employees? No. My tenants are customers. They're not employees. There's nothing inherently wrong with being funny. I never said there was. I just said that the reason I don't, put on a show and, don't pretend to be funny and stuff like that. The thing about this, I will say this, though, is that a lot of people do consider me funny. But the reason that a lot of people consider me funny is that a lot of times I will say something that people interpret as being funny. Like, it's because what people make fun of is that, people say that I take stuff way too seriously when I'm, like, playing games and stuff like that. And so, I guess people find that funny and stuff like that. That's, if you can, will you like to own an automatic gun? I don't think that there's anything wrong with, a civilian owning an automatic firearm. It's just my opinion. Is if somebody passes the background check, they're not a criminal, they're not insane. I don't think there should really be any restriction on them being able to own that. I don't put on a personality off stream besides when you are in Chicago dressed as Aiden Pierce. Well, what do you mean, Mr. Juck? Oh, you mean that you're talking about my Chicago video. Pro is a calm dude even when yelled at up close and personal. Thank you, cool. I understand, Pro. Just be yourself and stay true to who you are. Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, I can't stand it when people are really hyper. You know, and the thing about that is, I will tell you though that the thing that pisses me off the most, it's not even when people are you know, being funny, but it's when people are just really hyper. Like, you know, those really hyper YouTubers that are just really loud. Those YouTubers I can't stand. Those YouTubers annoy me. But yeah. There was this one GTA YouTuber that I used to watch like a few of his videos like many years ago, and I'm not gonna make any names here, but his videos were always like, it was like some clickbait garbage where it was like he does some like ridiculous stunt, and like the first, you know, 10 seconds of the video, you see him like going up this big ramp and he's like about to hit the jump, like the part that everybody wants, and then the video just cuts to something else, like him just being goofy and being really hyper, and then you don't see the jump until the very end of the video. And so that was one YouTuber I didn't like, that the way he structured those videos. It annoyed me. Well, what people don't know is that in the United States, you can already own automatic weapons, but there are restrictions on that. You need a Class 3 firearms license, and that's very hard to get. And generally, Class 3 firearms licenses are only given to, like, museums, you know, like TV shows that, like, want to show off the firearms, and, you know, big collectors. And even if somebody gets it, you know, an automatic firearm is going to cost like thousands of dollars. It's going to be, you know, this is going to, you know, be like 10 times more than like the price of the same kind of gun, but being semi-automatic. So it really is that generally people can own automatic weapons, but they're very, it's very expensive. It's very expensive to go through. Well, thank you, Zalt. I do appreciate the no drama on your channel, which is one reason I keep watching. Thank you. And the thing is, though, is when people bring up drama to me, I don't want to talk about it. I just ignore it. I'm not here for drama. I'm just here to, you know, play games, have fun, talk to you guys, you know, create like a fun atmosphere, you know, not have to deal with, you know, constant arguing, you know, some stupid drama. I don't know what I'm more excited for, playing Dead Rising Remastered or watching your playthrough. Well, thank you, a Grim Reaper 85. Well, I would recommend you guys to hold off on buying the Dead Rising Remaster if you're not sure of it. I will play it, and I'll give my general thoughts on it, too. So it's gonna be coming out soon, and I'll play it, and, Okay, Mr. Chuck, people laughed at your reactions in your grandpa voice. I think there are a few videos where I do try to be funny. There are a few videos. I would say the only videos where I intentionally try to be funny is my April Fool's videos. Hang on, let me see here, and I'm gonna see what guns do I have right now. Oh, I gotta change my guns here. The other videos are the videos where I piss off scammers, when I annoy scammers. I guess I'm trying to be funny in that too, but really is the reason I'm pretending to be an old man is because the scammers are more likely to talk to somebody if they think that they're an old man, because they think they're gonna be easier to scam. So that's why I pretend to be an old man when I talk to scammers, and they fall for it, and people find that really funny when I troll them. Do you think there will be griefers in GTA 6? Of course. There's even griefers in Fallout 76, and Fallout 76 is like the most peaceful, you know, multiplayer game that I've seen. But Fallout 76 is probably the one open world game where I've seen the least amount of griefers. Like there are griefers in that game, but it's so much less than than like on GTA or Red Dead. I still remember the old GTA business selling streams. Yeah, they were fun, but it got me really stressed out because on those streams I couldn't chill on the old GTA streams. I could never chill on them because what would happen is I would constantly be checking like the players menu and checking like my map to see if anybody's in an orbital cannon, like constantly. That was how paranoid I was when I used to do those old streams back in the day. But like now I can play in like, you know, sessions with friends and not have to worry about some idiot that's just gonna constantly blow me up and blow my cargo up. Would you pinpoint that the problem with firearms is the lack of responsibility of the firearm owner, mental health related issues, or something else? I think that the main cause of gun violence is, I think, two reasons. And I think the main cause of gun violence is, poor treatment of mental health. And the second one is gang violence and, crime in general. So what I would say about this is that if you look at a country like Switzerland, for example, Switzerland has a gun culture. It's not as big as America's gun culture, but it still has a gun culture. But in Switzerland, they don't have these shootings. They don't have, these problems. And the reason is because Switzerland's healthcare system is way better than America's healthcare system. Is that in Switzerland, you're not going to be overcharged. Switzerland, I don't think, has universal healthcare, but their healthcare costs aren't, through the roof. It's not, skyrocketing like America. So in Switzerland, you can go to the hospital and you can get treated, and it's not going to, be a fortune like in America, for example. So Switzerland, their mental health facilities are much better, and Switzerland also does not have all of these gangs that America does. And that's what people don't seem to understand, is that America has all these gangs that a lot of other countries don't. So, in America, we have the Italian Mafia, we have the Russian Mafia, we have the Crips, we have the Bloods, we have MS-13, we have, outlaw bikers, we have the cartels, we have triads, that's only just a few of the gangs that I've mentioned. The Yakuza, literally, I could keep going on and on and on. If I was to name every single gang in America, there'd probably be over 100 gangs. Over 100 different gangs. That's how many gangs there would probably be in America. And so, like I say, a country like Switzerland does not have this same, problem of criminals that, America does. So I would say that the problem is not the guns. I would say the problem is that poor mental health facilities and ultimately the gangsters. Because the gangsters are going to commit crimes whether they have guns or not. That's what I would say about it. And as for, my solution, what I think should be done about the gangsters is I think there should only be rehabilitation given for people that deserve it. So if somebody has not killed somebody, as long as they haven't killed somebody and they maybe they've fallen in with a bad crowd, fell in with a gang, and they want to turn their life around, I do believe that person deserves rehabilitation. But if somebody has killed somebody at that point, no, I don't think they deserve any rehabilitation. I think they should be in prison for the rest of their life. Okay, I had to turn on auto-aim because I didn't have auto-aim on. Okay. What do you think of Michael Moore's idea to regulate ammo instead of firearms? What that will basically do is that is just going to create a giant black market for ammunition, because people make their own ammo. People know how to make their own ammo. There's videos on YouTube on how people can make ammo. So literally is people they have these presses, these machines that they can make ammo with. They can buy a few things online, like they can buy the primers, the casing, the bullet itself, the gunpowder, and they can, make their own ammo. So literally is, even if you, banned ammo, it would just create a giant black market for ammunition. It would be the same thing that happened with, alcohol back in, the 1920s. Okay, that was a good shot there. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, how did I miss that shot? Okay. What? Okay, I downed him, yep. Wait, I got a red X on him. He should be dead then, shouldn't he? Okay, I'll see you, Keyshawn. Did I kill him? Did I kill him? I can't tell if I killed him at the end or not. Okay, this is... 3 shots there from that. Ooh, yeah, he took a lot of damage there. But yeah, I like to use guns that people don't use a lot, like the Springfield rifle. This is one gun that I've gotten good with, and I try to use it a lot because a lot of people haven't used this gun. It's not common. You don't see it a lot in multiplayer. And I don't even need to aim for the headshot a lot of times. I can just aim like this. And for people wondering how am I killing people so quickly with this gun, I have a card that actually helps me a lot. Ah, great. Okay, it's Lancaster, but... Ah, great, yep. Knew he was going for a headshot at that point. There are some sweats in this lobby. Yeah, maybe, but it's not as bad as last week or the other days we've played. Like, some days we played, we've dealt with some really annoying sweats. Like, this isn't that bad. Like, the other days we played were really bad. Like, remember that one game where, like, that guy got, like, 50 kills and, like, 2 deaths that I played? It was like, that was crazy. Oh, great. Carcano up, yep. Oh, it's dynamite arrows. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, Lancaster. I'm coming back. Great, yep. I used to watch his videos back in the day, but he stopped like years ago. Yep. Oh, they're running Slippery in a shotgun. That's smart. Oh, come on, dude. Seriously, no, come on, don't. Yeah. I can't stand when people use that ammo. There we go. But yeah, this card setup, when I'm not running against sweats, this card setup that I'm running is actually pretty good with the Springfield rifle. It's actually pretty effective. Oh, that was a good one. Well, I at least took out 70% of his health with that shot. What the? What was that? Don't tell me it's a Carcano. Okay, it was Lancaster at least. Pearl, as an investigator, would you say Alec Baldwin pulled the trigger? I'm not an investigator, but I would, in my personal opinion, the Alec Baldwin case, what do I think? I think he's guilty. I don't think he should be charged with murder, but I do think he should be charged with manslaughter. Crap. There we go. I actually did pretty good with the Springfield. You guys like my Springfield shooting? With that, Carcano with the short scope is deadly. It is, and the crazy thing about the Carcano is the Carcano was actually considered an underpowered rifle at that time. 13 kills and 14 deaths, not bad. I did much better than some of the other days we played. But the Carcano was considered an underpowered rifle when it was actually first created, and the Carcano actually used to use round-tipped bullets, not actually sharp rounds. And it actually suffered from some accuracy issues at longer ranges, and in like Red Dead Online, it's like dead on. It hits dead on all the time. That's what's crazy about it. But about Alec Baldwin, here's what I'll say about the guy. I think that he should be arrested for the simple reason that he lied to investigators, because Alec Baldwin said that that he didn't pull the trigger. He said the gun just went off, and that's a lie. Because there have been so many gun experts who have taken that exact same revolver that he used, and they've tested that, and that revolver cannot go off under any circumstances unless they pull the trigger. And so he lied about that, and then the fact that they just dropped the charges like that. I will say about Alec Baldwin is that he's a massive hypocrite, because he always talks about how irresponsible gun owners are, but most gun owners know that you never point the firearm in a direction that you never point the firearm in a place unless you're planning on shooting in that place. You never point the firearm in an unsafe direction. That's rule number 1 of firearm usage. And you always treat every firearm like it's loaded. Even if it's unloaded, you treat every firearm like it's possibly loaded. Those are the basics of firearm safety. And it's the fact that he was and it's not just about who Alec Baldwin is. Regardless of who it is, I would want them to be held liable. But I'm just saying that he's a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite who, constantly, talk about how irresponsible gun owners are. But yet, he showed that he's the most irresponsible person out there. Right question is, why was there live ammo on set? I don't know. That falls on the armorer. But here's the thing is that even if somebody tells you that a gun is clear, you're generally supposed to check it. It's nothing against the person. It's just to be 100% sure that the gun is clear. And also, the thing about this is people were making like excuses for Baldwin, and they were saying, oh, he's an actor, he doesn't know about firearms, he shouldn't be held liable. But here's the thing about this is that what a lot of people don't know is that most actors have shot real guns. They've handled real guns. Because most of the time, the guns that you see in movies, most of the time are real guns. A lot of times. And the reason that they're real guns in movies is because it's actually cheaper to use the real gun than prop guns. Like, for example, whenever you see, like, AK-47s in movies, generally the AK-47s are real AK-47s. Because the AK-47 is just such a mass-produced firearm that it's actually cheaper to get an actual AK-47 for the movie than to get a prop gun. So some of these guns they've been so mass produced that it's actually cheaper to get the prop gun, the real gun, instead of the prop gun, and they use blanks when they're filming. So a lot of times these actors, they handle real firearms, and they should have some basic firearms knowledge. They should, if they're handling real firearms. Yes, and that Star Sailor brings up a really good point there. Alec Baldwin is one of the producers on the film, too, so he is responsible for that as well. So you bring up a really good point there, dude. I saw that you were very good at that LA Noire game, so I thought maybe you were a private investigator. The thing about that is, I actually went to college to be an investigator. That's actually what I went to college for. It's what I have a degree in. I have a degree in law enforcement technology. I wanted to be a detective. That's what I wanted to do for a living. But I didn't end up doing that. I ended up doing YouTube, and that's just what I stuck with. Oh yeah, I agree. GTA PvP is much worse than Red Dead. I will agree with you there. Yeah, I agree with that. What do I expect to see in investigations? What do you mean, man? I tried to ask a question earlier. What do you think would happen if Michael told the truth about Brad to Trevor earlier? Maybe it wouldn't have been as bad. I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. Oh yeah, the tonics and the card builds. I will agree with you. They're stupid. Yeah, I will agree with you on that. A lot of these are, the thing is though, is that sometimes I wish there was just a regular mode of Red Dead Online where there's no like a free roam, like where there's no cards. It's just regular, and like all guns do extra damage. Like all guns do like a hardcore free mode. Like I would like to see something like that. There's no the guns do extra damage and there's no cards. Something like that I'd like to see in free mode. Hey MC, how are you, man? Oh, it was horrible, it was horrible, Mario. Oh, you can't take this wagon here? Same goes for power tools, especially pressure-based tools. Even if the pressure hose is out of the tool, it should be emptied out of its nails and whatever it shoots. Yeah, I would agree with that. Is there a dumb law that made you lost for words? Had to think about that for a moment. Do you think our GT Online character is trustworthy? As long as you're paying him the most, yes. Yes, the poker table glitch still works. Oh, the California shoplifting law, right? Where it's like $950 worth of stuff that you steal, and that it's a misdemeanor. Once it becomes over $950, it's a felony. Congestion prices, yeah, that's stupid too. Yeah, that's dumb. Okay. No, I haven't seen it, Zach. I can another time, Zach. I just wanted to play poker right now. Yeah, after the stream I could, Brandon. I love how you cosplay each playthrough. Thank you, man. I will, Zach. Boss punishment scene from JoJo? I had some good teachers too. I think they should definitely release this game with 60 FPS. It'd probably be a free update too. Hey, no boring commentary. What's up, man?
Well, that was quick.
Can't get enough of a place.
I mean, no, don't say that. Tristan is Dark Viper AU is a friend of mine. He's a good guy. How long are you gonna play GTA Online when GTA 6 comes out? I'm probably gonna focus primarily on GTA 6. I might come back to GTA Online every once in a while, but would I stop doing YouTube for $1.2 million? No, because it's something that I like doing and something that it's something that I enjoy doing and something I'm passionate about. I mean, I could have, yeah, I get the $1.2 million, but you know, what would I do, you know, for happiness in that time too? I enjoy doing YouTube. Like, for example, Ace Attorney is like the Ace Attorney series. When I upload that, I don't make a lot of money on the Ace Attorney videos, but I still like releasing them and I like sharing them with you guys because I love the story and I love, you know, sharing my experience with other people as I'm playing through the story on that game. Will I stream Dead Rising Remake? Probably the Infinite mode I'll stream. Do I trophy hunt? If the trophies are reasonable. If it's something reasonable, then yes. If it's something ridiculous, then I'm not gonna bother. Ace Attorney is my favorite series on your channel. Thank you, Legend. I haven't had that happen to me, Thomas. Okay, this is gonna be risky. I'll put $2 down on this. Hey, Pickle. You can save an infinity mode in the remake. Can you really? Are you able to save an infinite mode in the remake? Is there an option for that, Bunny? Have they confirmed that? Oh, I got one pair, okay. Okay, I'm gonna win this hand. They confirmed you can save in infinite mode in zombies. So how does that work? If you die, does it delete your save? How does that work exactly now in infinite mode? Can you say happy birthday to my mom? Happy birthday to your mom, Pickle. Have you been keeping up, I try not to follow a lot of the international stuff that's going on. I'm aware of the stuff that's going on, but I don't, King High Spade Flush. What? Great. I had a really good hand there, and he beat me. It's just really sad what's going on, and I hope that there's peace. Am I sure about what, Paula? I played some of the Metal Gear Solid games before, yes, but I've, Sweats and poker. I googled it earlier, Don't Be Menace, but I wasn't able to find anything on it. Queen and a 3, okay. It's kind of crazy the poker update came out 5 years ago. That's crazy. My 341,000 used USD in 1898 is worth 12.9 million today. Ooh. Oh. Damn, I don't even have one pair. Do you think Mr. Beast is a bad person? If all the allegations are true, then yes. He definitely helped a lot of people out with his videos, but if that stuff that he's being accused of is true, then that's just... And it's the fact that he's also... He should have just made a video and just responded to everything instead of just deleting comments, because all he's doing is he's deleting comments on his videos now. He thinks he's so big that people will just forget about this in a few months. It's okay, don't be a menace. Was he being accused of a bunch of stuff? It's just, it's disgusting. I'm gonna make a big bet here. Yes, I've heard of the Darkness. That's an older game, though. I played some of the older Gears of War games when I was a kid. Okay, let's see who wins this hand now. Oh? I got excited when I saw the queen. I look like Marcus from Gears of War. Well, poker is about matching the correct cards. Queen and a jack here, okay. It's about having the best cards to match the community cards. This will probably be my last hand here. Hopefully I can get something good on this. I imagine if you release a video of Metal Gear Solid, you say, kept you waiting, huh? It's a phrase from Solid Snake. We're gonna do Metal Gear Solid. We'll do it this month, I promise. And I'm gonna have a good cosplay for it as well, too. Oh? I have the best cards right now. These last two cards, it depends on these last two cards right now. The last two cards keep screwing me over. Okay, I guess I'm gonna get out of here then. This is just, Pearl, since you know a fair bit about social studies and history, I was wondering, regardless of what the electoral results will be in 2024, do you think there will be riots and protests? I don't think it's going to be riots, but I think that no matter who wins this election, I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but no matter who wins, half the country's going to be pissed off. No matter who wins, half the country's going to be pissed. And there's probably going to be a bunch of protests. So there's not going to, I don't think there's going to be riots or anything like that, but I think there's going to be a bunch of protests. Let me see, the Jumping Noodles game. Oh, it's been years since I played that. Can you do your best kept you waiting, huh? Well, I don't know how it sounds in the game, so I'd have to see, If I was president, I would make crime illegal. That's a great platform to run on. This place is not safe. Wait, what do you mean? Do you have a favorite zombie game? Yes, Dead Rising. So wait, before I go here, can I ask the chat, you guys have told me in the chat that, that they confirmed for Dead Rising, the remake, that there's gonna be save. You can save your game in infinite mode. Can somebody explain to me how that works now? The scone on YouTube before I, Oh, before we go, okay. So wait, what happens if you save in infinite mode and then you die? Does it delete your save? What happens then? Can somebody explain to me? The zone in, JoJo's? I looked up what you told me to. I'm confused. Is this food? Wait, what? I'm confused. You don't have COVID anymore. Oh, that's good though, dude. I meant seen. Oh, do I have you on Twitter? Don't be a menace. I'll see you, Viking. Take care, man. You can save and leave, but it still restarts when you die. But what? So, but Bunny, though, if you die, does it delete the save? That's the question. Does it delete the save if you die? Like, let's say that I'm surviving for like 10 hours, right? And I'm tired and I, want to get off for the night. And I save my infinite mode. And then I log in the next day and I play and I die. Is it going to delete that save? Is it going to do that? Okay, and guys, I'll have the next part of Ace Attorney for you guys right after this stream. So give me 10 minutes and the next part will be up. So if you guys want to watch the next part of Ace Attorney, it's going to be up right now. Okay, Bunny. So I guess I'll be going here, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Does anybody want to ask any questions before I go? Don't be a menace. Why don't you just, on my last tweet that I just put out today, announcing the Red Dead stream, why don't you comment on that tweet, and I will follow you, and then you can just message me whatever you wanted there. People said a new change makes the game achievement too easy, but I like it because it means you don't have to play the game for 14 hours straight. I agree with you, Bunny, yeah. And I will do a playthrough of Infinite Mode. I'll do that on Dead Rising. We'll do an Infinite Mode playthrough, too. Professional, never dodging the tough questions. Good man. Thank you. What do you mean, Isaiah? Do I know anything about Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada? I know a bit about him. I don't want to talk politics, though. Did you hear about the anti-Semitic ISIS guy in New York that got arrested? No. What happened? Well, it's good he got arrested. World War I was probably, yes, I would agree with you. World War I is probably the dumbest war in human history. And the thing is, World War I is such a stupid war that historians over 100 years later still don't understand why it started. Like, people, like literally, if you take 100 historians, right, and you ask them, who caused World War II, what happened, all 100 historians will tell you it's when Germany invaded Poland, like everybody universally. But if you ask 100 historians, what started World War I, what caused World War I, you will have so many arguments, so many different opinions, because it was just such a stupid, pointless war. And the thing is, even both sides didn't even know what they were fighting for. That's how stupid, the whole situation was of World War I. It was, that was such a, looking back in history, that was such a, that war started for such stupid things. Did you hear about the Venezuelan gang who took over an apartment complex in Colorado? Yes, I did hear about that, Preston. I don't know what the police are doing. Did World War I start because of an assassination on Franz Duke Ferdinand? But the thing about that is, it would have happened regardless. The war would have started over something else. The ISIS guy was threatening to murder Jewish people in New York for October 7th. Oh, that's horrible. A good thing he got arrested. I hope that guy spends the rest of his life in prison. I hope he's not let out after a couple of years on good behavior. He better not be. Well, just yeah. If you reply to me on Twitter, I'll follow you there. I've never really played Half-Life. But I guess I'll be going here, guys. Yeah, he's spinning around a bit right now. I guess I'll be going here, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. What Metal Gear games have you played? I played the 4th one and the 2nd one, but I played the first one when it came out, but I never finished it. Okay, guys, so I will be going here. Thank you guys for watching the stream. I hope that you guys had fun on today's stream. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Okay, yeah, that's just my friend. He's just trolling. So thank you guys for watching. I hope that you have a great weekend. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.